Hello and welcome to Dumfries Ice Rink for the 6th session of our English Men's Curling Championship. Our first feature game in this session is Andrew Reid against Owen Rees. Now I know we've featured Andrew Reid already a few times, but we haven't featured Owen yet, and he's come up from Kent to play this competition. And this is his last round robin game. His bye is in the last session tomorrow. So his team is himself at skip, Owen Rees, Stephen Lee at third, Jamie White at second, and Simon Amos at lead. There's a new team for Owen this year. He has played with a couple of chaps called James Buurman and Vincent Branch. James is off travelling in the Americas and Vincent has had a year off. So his second from the previous year, Stephen Lee, is now playing third. He's brought in two new players, Jamie White and Simon Amos. He was going to have a fifth player in Harry Pinnell, but Harry had a week away playing in the mixed doubles competition, and as only being a schoolboy, he's been unable to get time off. Owen is a teacher down at Beacon School in Sussex, and he has done a great deal to bring curling into that school. It is now a school sport, and every Tuesday he takes a busload of children to the ice rink at Fenton's in Kent, where they have a couple of hours training, and some of them then stay on and play in the league games, and some of them have also been playing in the English Championships and in the Junior Championships. So Owen has been a great deal for curling with the younger generation down in Kent and Sussex, and he's very, very keen to play in major competitions such as the Championships. This year, unfortunately, he's had 5 losses so far, so he's not trying to beat Andrew Reid in this game to try and get off the bottom step of the ladder. But that's a 2 for Andrew Reid at the first end with the hammer. And Andrew already waiting at the far end to give the brush to his lead, Tom Jagey. Top of the 4-foot Andrew calls there. Other games in this session. Stuart Brand is playing Andrew Taylor, Stephen Hines is playing Andrew Wilston, and then Anna Hettigarni and Lisa Farnell are playing the 4th game of their best of 5, currently led by Hetty by 2 games to 1. So the situation in this championship is that Andrew Wilston is undefeated so far. Andrew has lost 1 game, and Greg Dunn and Stephen Hines have lost 2 games. I think, and Stuart Brand has lost 2 games. But Andrew Wilston and Andrew Reid still have to play each other. If, as I suppose you would be expected, that Andrew Wilston and Andrew Reid win both their set games today, then tomorrow morning's game between the two of them becomes like a last eliminator. If they were to play tomorrow morning and Andrew Wilston was to win, then he would become champion. If tomorrow morning they play each other and Andrew Reid won, then they would have to play another game at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which would be the final, because both would have had 1 loss. If Andrew Wilston wins, he'll have been undefeated and will be 2 wins more than Andrew Reid. This came about really because Greg Dunn lost his game this morning, or this afternoon, this morning. It seems to take a long time. It was 4 hours between start of practice and the end of the game. Greg Dunn lost his game to Stuart Brand and dropped to 2 losses. So it's all down to the results of this session, obviously, and then tomorrow morning it'll be Wilston and Reid. And obviously looking for something there. Up in the bar here. So he's put the phone on the top of the house, and Owen Rees and Reid, quite confusing. Owen Rees is put up a corner guard. And as in the earlier sessions, I was skipping back and forth between some other games just to see how they're going, and probably in this case it would be the ladies' game, because obviously it's a crucial game with the situation between 2-1 to Hetty, and Lisa having to win this game to take the competition into tomorrow morning. So I'll get some cameras up for that, and we'll have a quick dip in and out of that game as this session goes on. Now she did the ladies game as it stands at the moment. Just quick tip into the ladies game. Hetty playing the yellow stones, Lisa playing the blue. Fairly empty house here. This is the second end of the game actually. I better see what happened at the first end. The first end was actually blanked. So this is the second end of the game. In which Lisa has the hammer. A good bit of clearing there by Stephen Lee. Andrew Reid still line one shot, however. And will probably manage to get rid of that red. And if he runs away, he has got a 2-0 lead at the moment after one end. If he rolls away, he'll be quite happy to let Owen then have a go at the shot in the house, I'm sure. Great shot there from Michael Opal. Gentle take it away, just tap back the red stone. Doing himself line two. So Owen now going for the hit and roll behind. Oh. So this is a bit of a change around here with Owen having that earlier hit and then a miss from Michael. Andrew's now got to try and drive the blue onto red. I mean, there's two reds in the house. And certainly if Andrew Reed was to lose this game, it would be a major surprise. But stranger things happen in curling. I don't suppose many people imagined John Schuster and USA would win the Olympic medal. But they did, and it wasn't a lucky win. They beat Canada twice, they beat Sweden in the final. So an unexpected medal, I'd imagine, even in America. But it should drive a big explosion of interest in curling in America, which is really running fairly high, even after the 2002 Salt Lake City game. Curling took off in America in a major way. So I guess there for Andrew, just hits and rolls to non-short position. I wouldn't lose. So Owen's going to probably try and draw to the face of that. But I'm not sure he should be doing that because he's going to leave all red open for a hit and roll behind. He has got last stone, but he's sent the guard up. And if Andrew gets hit off the red and rolls behind, then it means that it would be very difficult to get a shot out of it. Maybe the idea to actually draw around to top of the full for himself, or even push back the red and put the back of the house to give himself a bit more space to come to. But he's going to try and draw around the centre guard. He's going to try and draw around the centre guard from that ice. I don't think he's going to try and hit the corner guard onto the blue, which would be a very risky shot. I think you're probably going to draw around the centre guard and lie too. So Owen left that draw around the centre guard a bit short, and was now going to try and hit the red stone and roll across. And then get Owen will have a chance to score as one, depending where the stones lie up. So Andrew Reid going for this red. I think he's hoping for a roll behind the centre guards. He's got to bend quite a bit. It's not too going to hit and roll off there. It's just not bent enough. But it's maybe just clear of the centre guard for Owen to come down there. He may not even get shot if he hits it in the nose. I'm not sure if he hits that front blue in the nose, if he actually gets short stone out of it. It may well be that if he does that, hits the front stone on the nose, the blue at the side might actually be the short stone. And I think that's why he's not just going for it now. He has to think about this to see what the best options are. He can't get the inside to go for the double. If he has to get the front blue and has to get a roll off it into the white a bit more, and that's quite tricky on the outside edge. But I think he's trying to draw around here to take a shot. Over momentarily now to the ladies' game, and it's all very empty over there. Playing on sheet E, the first two ends have been blanked. So it was a low scoring game. In fact, Sarah just put that into the back of the house. It was through, in fact. So lots of empty head in the ladies' game at the moment. So hello to everybody out there in the wide world, including somebody listening over in Canada. I know of Victoria Kyle on the ladies team, Lisa Fanel's ladies team. Hello, Victoria Kyle's parents are listening to this broadcast. At the moment I'm showing the Reed-Reese game, but it's 4-0 to Reed. The ladies game, while a very critical game, has now I think just had their third blank end in a row. And so nothing exciting happening in the game, not many shots in play. So we'll stick to the Reed-Reese game until the ladies start to put some stones in the house, I think. Hines and Woolston is 1-1 after 2 ends. Reed and Reese is 4-0 after 2 ends. And Brand and Taylor is 1-0 to Taylor after 2 ends. So some close games apart from the Reed-Reese one, which we're looking at now on the screen. Owen Reese lying a third shot. Andrew Reid is lying shot. Owen Reese lying second shot. Andrew Reid trying to take out the second shot here. But yes, indeed, that's a third blank end in a row for the ladies' game. So some fairly defensive stuff going on there. A vital game, of course. Could decide the championship. And obviously Lisa, who got the last scoring advantage, is driving the game to continue to play, to try and perhaps wait an opportunity to grab a big end. It's always a tactic she's decided to do here. 3 blank ends to begin with. So here in the Reed game, Reed is about to take a double, does he? He gets the second one in the go out, so Reed is still lying 2. That was Stephen Lee's shot there, and it's now Andrew Reed's first stone. Going to spread the stones around the house, put one out on the wing. 2 o'clock position. Yeah, thank you, Michael. Michael pointing out just to confirm where he wants to put it. Just the top of the house draw. And draws that stone to the top of the 12 foot there, lying 3 spaced. And Owen is going to try and hit this front one, I think, by the location of Stephen Lee. Owen will try and hit this front blue here. He's a bit wide, and he may be actually missing it altogether. He's getting the back one and rolling out. So Reed still lies 2. I think he could draw around behind that corner on the right. Yep, just there. So Andrew has drawn round behind that car. Line 3 spaced out again. As the owner will be down trying just to draw one to get his score on the board. It's 4-0 down. This is looking from Stephen's borderline a bit heavy. In fact, he's actually turned away from it. And Reed going ready to sweep it. And this is going through the heads. He's not even sweeping that one. So that's 3 more for Andrew Reid. So that's 7-0. So let's now switch over to the ladies' game, where we see one yellow stone there in the 4 foot. Which is a stone of Garnier. So there's a second in there, and some action this end at long last for the ladies. After 3 blank ends, we've got some stones in play. Ladies are going for a hit and roll across in front there. She has last stone here, so she wanted 2 yellow stones to build up. I think that's what she wanted, the hit and roll across the top of the 4 foot. Give it an interesting problem here. What's she going to do now? Could take it away and roll away and open up the 4 foot for Liz to draw in. She's going to draw one at the front corner, freeze it. That looks like she's thinking about freezing on that front one rather than hitting it out. So there's still some defense of the button. Yes, and that's Dory Wiggins there from Anna Fowler. Ended up exactly where Hitty wanted to go. Means that Liz will try and move open a little bit to try and keep herself with that climax. She's going to take the yellow off, skin the yellow off it without hitting the blue behind it. Very precise shot there for us, all possible risk of the blue disappearing, but hopefully for them they'll get the yellow off the top of the blue and maybe still lie around. Loud calling from Lisa. What's happening here? Oh no, that's not what she didn't want to do that. There's a danger that she would move the front. And now Hetty's got a fairly open hit here and can roll across in front of the 4 foot herself. So that one for Lisa was just overcurled a bit. Open up the centre, but not quite what she wanted to do. So we've got 3 Garnier still in the house, 3 yellows there, but one at the back of the button, so at least I can hit that. Maybe get a double off it. She needs to get a 2 to this end to make use of her blind Ken she's had. But she'll go for the hit here. There's still 2 stones at the end after this. This is just her first stone at the end. So she can try nose hit or an angle hit to get the double out, but then she might roll out herself, or she's hit and roll behind the short front one. All options available. The stone's not going his way yet. She's going to hack now. Pardon me, she's sliding out now and just let the stone go. More or less straight down the middle. Bit sweeping there. Staying quite straight. They're going to curl a little bit extra much. Oh, I think it's going to curl too much though. It's just curled and rolled out. So still 2 for Garnier and draw for 3. Very better in the front of the house this time, around the back of the house. Sorry, a bit of a delay there while watching the rugby, but we've changed the ends now. We've changed the ends, and looks a couple of good Yellowstones in there. Lisa missing the chance at the last end to score a run. So blank 3 ends and got 2 stolen against her. So not a great start for Lisa there. She'll have to fight back now to make sure she stays in this game. There's enough lot of Yellowstones getting into this house here between Lisa and Hetty. Hetty getting her stones in play. Lisa having a bit more trouble getting her team to get those stones in the right positions at the moment. There's a freeze in this shot in just between the tee lines. Don't to come in and freeze in that shot. So always difficult shot to freeze. Seems to be a bit of decision here. That's a bit heavy. It's coming in now. Got a lot of curling to do. It may go to the back one. It's going to the back. Oh, just a bit good weight, just slightly high of the brush perhaps, or slightly too much ice. It's still quite tricky for to get rid of that. I wish you got to probably jam the back one. So we her own yellow at the front onto blue. There's either, so maybe just nest in front of the blue. So there's a bit of action since it was last online. There's more stones in play at this end again. Can Lizzie get a movement on those two yellows? Or she's just trying to throw a freeze on them really. Then she's got last stone. She doesn't want to. She can't go for she's got in there at the moment. She's got to try and get at least a 2. The back blue's maybe not lying second shot at the moment. She's got to try and work out to get second shot by the end of the end. She wants to move because she could set up a double. She's going to be just set up a double by coming in there. She might set up. She's short of that shot. She might corner freeze those yellows to use in the future. You could hit. If she hit those, actually, she might hit the nose. Should be okay. She would stick around. Lie short left, but she thinks she's going to hit the nose here. See what comes out. If she gets slightly into the edge, she might just push both yellows out and leave herself line 3. Again, a bit off there. She only got really half the inside edge. You really need to be much squarer on that one. So, probably lying first and second shots now, but there's in fact probably a double there if Hetty wants to take a skinny double. Instead of shooting nose and leaves 2 widely spaced yellows, it does look as though Lisa might get more than 2 here, which must be his intention must be to restrict Lisa to a maximum of 2. Hetty doesn't really look to have a chance to steal at all, although saying that, the last end Lisa had a wide open hit and stick for the 1 and hit and rolled out and lost the 2 against the head, so it may happen again. It doesn't say it won't happen again. So we'll see how Hetty gets on with this one. She will stick around. Screaming here on this Lizzie's game. Is she going at the skinny double? No, she's going to hit the roll and roll across zone, front of the blue, but oh well, she's just set up a double possibility. Obviously, if blue's lying second shot, you may as well just hit the one in the middle and roll across in front of your own. Hit that one there, like Lisa's saying, but here she just touches the blue back, the yellow. I think the back blue's lying second shot from here. So it should be a fairly straightforward high hit in the centre one and roll across to the right. So those games 2-0 to Garney at the moment. It's not all over yet. This is the 5th end. Fifth end of a planned 10-end game. The 4-minute half-time break after this end. Lisa Farnell blanked the first 3 ends. Hetty Garney stole a 2 the second, and looking good that Lisa might get the 2 back and make it all square again after 5. But again, a bit high and heavy there from Lisa. Nearly came through the gap and took her own stone out. So, Hetty now has a chance to hit this blue and force Lisa to take a 1. So a bit, that was high, that was heavier than needed to be, perhaps, for the shot she played. and maybe heavier than was expected from Sarah in the head. Certainly the ice and the result in where the stone hit did not match. Looking slightly high itself, but I think it's going to nick the edge. Well, Hetty's a bit lucky there to just nick the edge of that and push it out, so Lisa's got a chance for one now only. It's going to hit there, hit the nose for one. And get back into this game with just 2-1 down after 5. That's the best outcome for her at this stage of the game. Once again, Lisa hits the nose out, and another steal for Hetty, a steal of one this time. So it's 3-0 for Hetty Garnett at half-time break. So while the girls have their half-time break, we'll go across to the Andrew Owen Reese game. A head full of stones there. Quick look around, it looks as though Red are maybe lying a couple. I'm not sure what's behind Michael. Opening the head there, but set the two Reds there towards the back of the house at the 7 o'clock position. Looks like the first and second shots. So that's Owen Stone, Andrew Reid playing the blue. There's a third red stone over there as well, but I think that's probably outcounted by the blue near the 11 o'clock position. So Andrew will be trying to tap up a blue here. He only scored a 1 in the last day, so Andrew's got a last stone. He's going to wreck off a guard, is he? But coming enough. Oh, he's going through the gap. No. Very close. So Andrew now lying 1. Owen is going to try and draw through the gap there. I think it was just line 1. I think the red behind the short blue stone is probably the second shot. We shall see, but fair bit of luck involved there. Just avoided running through the gap between the two red stones. And now Owen's going to try and draw through. Is he going to try and draw through the gap, or is he going to try and hit the red and out? He must be trying to draw through the gap in the middle. Got a score, and that is a 7-1. And this is the fifth end. And this is hanging out, I think, from Owen. He's actually going to tap another blue one in if he's not careful. He's maybe growing enough now not to do that, but no, I think just one blue there then. So Andrew Reid will try and tap that other one in for his last shot at the end. This will be Andrew Reid's second stone and the last of the end. Owen having won the previous end. Andrew looks to see what he can get out of this, but I think really he might as well just take his 2. He's 7-1 up. He doesn't need to panic too much. Just tap that blue up for 2. Wasn't sure to the Andrew Reid game because he maybe put a red up at this rate. Oh dear, he's just pushed up the red stone. So Andrew Reid gives one away there. And that's 1 to Reese, that makes the score 7-2. So now they go for the 5th end break. I need to look for some more action around. So let's have a look at the game between Andrew Wilston Stephen Hines and Andrew Wilston. They are also playing the 5th end now. The current score is Hines 2, Wilston 3. So Wilston's playing the blue stones. And I can see 3 blue stones in the head there. Behind Ethan Conlon's body. Is it drawing too much, or is it on the red? Take his own red stone out. Maybe getting something. That's 3 blues now. Wilston has the hammer this end. So I think he's very lying 1st, 2nd and 4th. Do you take that out and just take it through the back for safety? He's very jammed onto the back one. But you got to wonder what Stephen might do. Oh, Andrew's going to call the rest of the team up, having a team talk. So stand and watch them wandering around to see what's happening. Meanwhile, the ladies have started their next end. So while the men are standing around talking, we'll look at the ladies. And we've got a yellow stone in the button and attempted corner guard, I presume, which has just travelled too far, and so it's available for Hetty to take away. Lisa needs these guards up here short of the house so she can use them to draw around before they get hit away. So that's come a bit too far, that corner guard there from Neve Fenton. Hetty taking it away and replacing it. We now have a corner guard, in fact, for Lisa's use, so she's going to try and hit the shot in the middle and roll behind. So a straightforward hit and stick there by Neve. Didn't get any roll at all she wanted behind the guard. So now Hetty will be asking Lorna Rettig to remove this blue stone. That was coming down well and rolling out, but they won't really mind that. They don't want any stones that Lisa can use lying around the house, so Lisa's going to try and draw around behind this corner guard now. And this will be the second player, Victoria Kyle, all the way over here from Ontario, Canada, to compete. Eligible because her mother, Judith, was born in England. So Victoria has the one parent required to, one eligible parent required to represent England, which she did with Lisa last year at the European Championships in Switzerland. So this is a draw coming up here. Going to get round that guard. Sari Horova and Neve Fenton sweeping hard to get it round. Just going to get round. That's a very good shot. If it keeps going, keep going, keep going. Slightly short, but a good attempt there to get around the guard. Hetty will now ask Lorna Rettig, another expatriate, Scottish born, but living in Switzerland, but with an English father, so eligible to play for England. Lorna first played for England in the European Championships back in 2000 with Joan Reid, having won the English Championship after a three-way playoff between three teams who all scored 3 wins against each other in the first. Oh, and she just hit the edge of that and just got out of the house. She just got the edge of that and pushed it out, so it's now a case of another draw behind from the Farnell team. Keep trying to use this corner guard. Then looking back towards the men's game, are these guys still together? I think we moved to this section here. We've got the same 4 women standing around talking about something different. Wilson's playing the blue stones. There's 2 red stones now in play, but he has got last stone, I think. So I'm not sure what he's doing here. Haynes has scored a win last time. Wilson's got last stone. So a big debate there in the Wilston rink about what to do. I think he must have thought the one at the back was actually lying second shot, not first shot, which could well have been. And he had to try and squeeze the red out, but then probably put a bit too heavy weight, and right down the middle it didn't draw very much. Even at the hack weight you could have pushed that out the side and still come across and taken his 3 shots. So bit of a over exertion there perhaps by Andy Wilson with a heavy shot, and a later one may have been okay, but he got his 2, which gives him a 5-1 lead at the halfway time, 5-2 lead at the halfway break. And back in the ladies' game, we've got Farnell got one in the middle, and debate now as to what to do from the Garnier team. Farnell's last stone. Do they put one in there? Well, they're still not getting shot out of it though. Depends. Actually depends which stone we're on here. And pretty much hit his stone to play. Take a lot of ice, we try draw and roll around and up to there. It's been a great shot round there by the Garnier team to free the top of that blue one. Limit leaders' options a bit. She's trying to come round the outside of this one here. I'm not sure what she's doing out there, unless she's put a guard up. She must be trying to guard the yellow rays so that Hetty can't drive the yellow back onto yellow. So a great attempt there by Lisa to get 2 shots out of that. Just come up short. So it's 1 for Lisa Farnell, and the score is now 3-1 to Garnier. But here now, next day, a couple of Yellowstones at the back of the house, but 2 blue guards up the front, so at least he's got some cover up for trying to steal at this end. But that's coming down here a bit slow, looks like. It's got to go past that centre guard. It's got to go back right to the back 2. It's got to come right back to here. Coming in well, it's coming in really good shot. Could a bit more. Well, that's a great draw by Victoria Kyle. Great draw. So now Hetty taking the guards off. The blue stone Victoria Kyle continues to sit in the middle of the circle, and there's more guards up here, and they're trying to clear these this time. It's cleared the 2, still a yellow guard at the front, but it's quite a long guard now. I have a feeling that Lisa will have to just put another guard up there to protect that solitary shot in the house. Yes, she's got another guard up there. Keep doing this. And hopefully steal a 1. Get herself back in the game at 3-2. At the moment it's 3-1 for Garnier. Another good guard there by Farnell team. Quite far away to try and get rid of both guards, but I think she's going to try and hit it. She's got last stone. So she goes on, she always a 1. If she can't get the shot. She's going to try and force Lisa to keep putting guards up, I think, to force her to take the 1. Or to steal a 1 if she can. She doesn't lose more than 1 to a steal. If she doesn't guard off and leaves them there, she may end up with everyone going down behind. But I'm having a discussion now. Big conversation, Fowler and Garnier. Trying to work out what to do. So this end is developed, but still we've got that blue stone lying in the middle of the house behind the guard, and I guess these are trying to draw another one round behind the other guard to be line 2. See, Hetty has last stone. So with the guards up front, Lisa's trying to make it as difficult as possible for Hetty to score. So this game is really cutting up here now. Oh, it says going quite far over. Does this mean Lisa's trying to get through the gap herself? Because that's quite wide at the moment. It's drawing now. Is there going to be a guard? She wanted to guard that one. Just another guard in the middle there, because obviously the stuff in there is moving out last stone of Lisa's then. So that's another blocker in there for Hetty to negotiate. Meanwhile, the game between Reid and Reese finished after 6 ends with scores 11-2 for Andrew Reid. The game between Brand and Taylor is currently at 5-2 after 6 ends for Stuart Brand. And Woolston is leading Hines by 6-2 after 6 ends. That's a steal of 1 for Farnell. We score Garnier 3, Farnell 2. Oh, and that's a great shot there from Victoria Kyle to get hit and roll behind the centre line. That's two good. Two in a row. She's really put a killer stone in there. Hetty having to take her guard off yet again. So we would see the same as the last time. We would see a number of guards going up and being taken off and going off and being taken off. And Lisa once again will look at the steal. So that's stone of the final team, the blue stone in the centre, having a charmed life here now. Getting some good guards up and guards being taken off, but still a chance to play a guard here. And there's really desperation stuff now from Lisa Farnell. She needs to keep these guards going on to ensure she gets a one at this end, or because if she put a guard on proper, she end up with the yellow and the blue disappearing, the yellow line behind, and Garnier lied 2 shots with the last stone. That guard just crept over the line there. Still guarding the yellow stone on the right side, the correct side. But there's still a chance to go down there slightly less weight. It is indicating slightly less weight. just to give the stone time to get past the guard and still push the yellow into blue, push the blue out. Well, the guard's gone, and he's coming back across again. Has the guard come back across? Oh, that's very unlucky there from Anna, the guard. The blue guard came across to the yellows, rigs it back across the centre sheet. So this can now put up a second guard. Oh, that's a very unfortunate finish there for the Fowler stone. But this puts a guard up. Then it's looking like we're going heading towards steal at the moment, but just one misplaced guard will be sufficient to give Hetty a chance to take out the blue stone. So here we go. Hetty playing that quite heavy and missing it, more or less, just tapping it across. So Lisa's now deciding what to do. Does she bring another into the house? Or does she guard up and steal a one? Bringing one into the house is a bit risky. But really the yellow into blue is not a possible shot now, so it depends where she ends up putting it. She could decide whether she could leave Hetty the draw. Let's see just where this one finishes up. In a game of low scoring like this, and with this being the 8th end, could you steal another one and then try and steal again, and then if you're doing well with the stealing, so do you go risking losing a one? Which wouldn't be too bad. Before 2 you have the hammer back, but it would be 9th end. Is she going to maybe even a bit heavy? It's going to draw a bit more, is it? Because not too, can't go too far, it'll start over curling. Can't go too far, it's going to over curl a bit, and that's really curled out too far. Although in fact Hetty's coming on the other side, she's not trying the route through the middle, but obviously this is a draw. They've guarded a hit which was possibly on, but now left Hetty with the draw which Lisa tried 2 ends ago and just failed to make. So we know it's possible to make it. And after this we'll have a quick look across the sheet next to us, which is the Wilston-Hines game, where Hines took a one the last end. The score was Wilston 7, Hines 4. So getting for 7:15 in the evening here now. Been a long day from an 11 o'clock start. So we're looking forward to getting out after this for something to eat. So Eddie's draw's coming down. Anna's looking, it looks like it's a bit tight because the way Anna's moving about the house. That's short though, that's short, that's one for Lisa, so that's 3-all. So, 3-all with 2 ends to go. What an amazing up and down game this has been. Here we are with the Hines-Wilston game now. Wilston's the blue, Hines the red. Wilston 7-4 up. He has the hammer. Sorry, 7-3 up. I mean, that's 6-3 up. Look at the scores now. Sorry, 6-3 up for Wilston. Has the hammer. So we'll be trying to get the centre clear. And there's 2 or 3 blues already lying there in the front of the house. Keeping that one clean as you go to nose it. Now you've got the roll and the roll across. That's good. Centre's open again. acts as enthralling ladies game here. 2-1 overall, remember, for Hetty Garney, so this game is vital for Leeds. Leeds have to win this game to stay in the competition and take this competition to a fifth game tomorrow. So Vizsla once again will be trying to steal here. She's pushing guards up. Hetty's drawn one to the top of the 4 foot already. We'll try again to draw another one round there. And then we'll have to see if Victoria Kyle can play another great shot that she has done the last 2 ends and get one round into the button behind the yellow, maybe behind the guards, and see if it stays there the rest of the end. So the destination of the English Championship could be decided over the next 2 ends of curling. The current champions face a bit of an uphill struggle. They're 1 game down at the moment, and they're having to keep stealing to actually stay in the game. So here goes Lisa putting one in, right in there, into the house, so she can get protection behind the guards. So yes, another great shot round the guard there by Victoria Kyle to lie short behind the guard. Interesting choice of shot, the last shot for Hetty Garney. She's lying 2 behind guards and likes to take the guards off. Obviously worried that she won't be able to get in there with her last stone. Well, now she's in a situation where it's going to be a case of guard, peel, guard, peel, guard, peel yet again. And this time she's lying 2 against. So this is probably the straight run back, which is not far away, but it's a bit wide. Still a guard up there now, another guard up there. So certainly the Garney team having trouble with the guards here. Trouble getting rid of them all, and now they're lying 2 against. Farnell asking for this is Yehuda asking for a guard here to block the front up yet again. And this game continues to entertain. A great shot there for Anna Fowler to move the blue away from the centre, out to the wing. The blue still lies shot, but it's a bit vulnerable where it is. So this is coming down this wing, I presume, to guard it, or maybe going to try and draw around behind the front guards into centre. It looks as though, yes, it looks as though Sarah's coming right over to check the lines. It looks as though Lizzie's going to try and draw around. This is quite high at the moment, but quite heavy at the moment. Is it going to come off the blue, off the yellow? It's going to roll across. We just sit next to the blue. Oh, that's not a great shot, because it means that there's an easy double on there for Hetty. Very straightforward double. She's going to get a roll behind would be good. Even if she jams in the back one. Still an end to go after this end, still one end to go, so at least I won't mind losing a one, because they'll give her the hammer back in the last end. Shows I had the hammer for quite a few ends now. Meanwhile, in the other men's game that was on, Andrew Wilson took two shots at the 8th end, to win that game 8-3 and set up a couple of games, 1 or 2 games tomorrow against Andrew Reid to decide who wins this English Men's Championships. Was that cutting a lot? That was Donna's cutting a lot. Oh, and she's done it. Great shot there. Well, now Hetty's now lying 3, but there's a double on there for Lisa to hit and roll across behind the guards. All you have to do, all she has really on the plate. Should be hopefully for her point of view, she'll be fairly straightforward. I say, if she doesn't even lie short, she just lies behind and prevents Hetty getting more than 1. But if Hetty gets 3 here, then there's a tricky amount to get back in the last end. Great attempt there by Lisa, perhaps slightly overswept. So I think just tap around and lightweight and just push it back. Try hitting it, you might slam it into your own one. You could hit the front blues and maybe ricochet out the blue, but that's a risky one, depends how the stones will line up. So a good attempt there by Lisa. Again, it may just force Hetty into the 1 and give Lisa the advantage in the last end with the hammer and 1 down. So Hetty, I mean really she doesn't need to be heavyweight. She gets half the stone at a hack away and rolls across behind, should be good. So let's see what happens here. This is going to be a crucial shot now. This could be a championship winning shot if she gets the 3 out of it. Lisa will still have to play the last end to try and catch up, get 3 back, but let's see if Hetty can stick this one. Oh, Lisa might be tight. Anna's sweeping already. Oh no, they're waiting out, they're coming off it now. Oh, it's wide, quite wide there. Oh, it could be good. I think it's going to roll out though. Oh, it's going to jam in the blue. Oh, oh, very close, but only 2. I think it's 2. Two yellow for Hetty, so 2 up without going to last end. I mean, Lisa. So, 1 end to go. Sorry for having left you at the wrong end of the ice there. You're probably shouting at the screen, telling that right end of the ice. So here you can see we've got a bluestone line in the middle of the house. But at least I need 2 bluestones to be in there, to be sure. To get the peel. So still not enough in there yet for her to get the extra end out of it. This is going to be a long, tense end. The bar here at the Dumfries Curling Club is quite full of the supporters of both teams, but all done in a friendly atmosphere. So this could take a wee while. So I'm sure you've been watching all this action with great interest here. Some great shots being played, and now we're at the crunch time here. Lisa Farnell line 2, which means she's line peels and go for the extra end. Hetty's got to decide what to do, whether to gamble or just give her the extra end and have the hammer in the extra end. Which she could do. She doesn't want to open it up, because if you open it up, then Lisa could have a chance for the 3. So does Hetty just put another guard up and make it impossible for Lisa to get 3? Or does she try and get rid of 1? She could go for the extra end. She's 2 games to 1 up. It's not life or death for her if she doesn't win this game, and so she could take the risk to go to the extra end rather than try to win the game at this particular point. There's no coach's timeouts allowed, of course. It's up to the team to decide what to do. The more experienced Lorna obviously resting at second and may decide to have one view, but Hetty and Anna have been around for quite a while. Lorna out of the head, they're looking at what the options are. There's probably very little that was a safe option. She tries to run the front yellow onto the blues, then she may just open it up and allow Lisa another draw in to draw for 3. Meanwhile, in the winning game in the men's competition on the far side of the ice, Andrew Taylor's just taken a 3 back at the 10th end. They've run into an extra end. The score is 8-all. So another long day here at the ice rink in Dumfries. And may yet go further. Apologies if I'm not talking too much and listening to the pictures do their talking, but a few other things to manage to get under control with things happening. Not just commentating about organising the competition means I have to dip away occasionally, but I'll try and be here to bring you the most important shots of the end, and they're out there. The brush is out in the wind there, so it's very wide. Is she going to try and draw around to the back yellow? Which she could do, but she could to say risk opening up. Or is she playing a guard? She hasn't looked at going to the back yellow, so I think they're just playing a guard here. Just playing it safe and going for the extra end. Certainly a very sensible option. It's just playing a guard here, blocking it up so that Lisa has the option to go for something, or for Lisa just decide to go for the 2. There's not a lot for Lisa to do either. She's going to try. Well, so you've got to try and come round through between the blue and the yellow there to the edge of the purple. She's going to catch a lot of the purple to get to there. She's going to get to there because you get there without that guard. If she didn't jam the guard up. Her option really, the best option I think really is to possibly, if she gets round there to the purple, that'd be a great shot. One well was winning a game with. But the way at the moment I would say this game is going to an extra end. Which means all the fans here will be getting even later for their dinners. And we shall have to this is going out to the wire here. So I think that draws on the yellow. That's it's staying out though. Is it going to get around the yellow? Is it going around the? That's really coming well. They're going to speed that all the way. They've got to get it there. They get it there. They get it there. Get it there. Get it there. Well, that's very close. I'm not sure how many it is. Was that the 2? Hetty kicked the stone away there, presumably there's a 2. So no shakes of hands. So yes, 2 shots there, and the game goes into an extra end. So 5-all going into the extra end. And we'll switch over now to the far end, and we'll get in started. I'm just about to go and do something else, so enjoy watching the curling. and we shall see you late for the later stages of the end for some more live commentary. It was a very close attempt there by Lisa Farnell, nearly got the shot. So the guards are building up here for Lisa in this end. There's two stones that are very close to the blue and the yellow. Obviously she thinks blue are lying shot. And hit his last stone, so there's always option that Hetty could hit that yellow and just rolling off it, so Lisa could be careful she didn't leave that shot at the end of the day. She'll hope for a miss from Hetty here, then she can maybe get rid of the yellow. Move it from play to make sure it doesn't interfere, but it's very tense here. Crowds are not moving, watching this game as it draws its conclusion. And is that going to nose it, I think? That looks like a nose hit there. Well, nearly took the yellow at the back herself. Now Lee's got an interesting choice to make. Does she take the yellow away at this point? I think she does. There's still a guard up for the blue that's shot. Two, 1, 1. No, 2, 1, 2, is it? I like it, doesn't it? So much high drama here. We have Hetty Garnier playing her last stone at this end, and there's a draw for the championship. If she manages to get the shot point, she will win this game, win the championship series by 3 games to 1. They will win the championship and go on to Europeans. So, what's it to be? She's got to get to the 4 foot to get this. It should be quite close, I imagine. That's running a bit wide, but what's the weight like? What's the weight like? No, it's drawing a bit now, it's cutting a bit now, it's cutting a bit now. That's cut right across there. What happened to that one? That's a disaster there. 2 blues. 2 blues, and a great comeback from Farnell. She wins that game at the extra end by 7 shots to 5. So we're back tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock to see the 5th game in this sequence, and also the last game in the men's round robin. That game will be between Andrew Wilson and Andrew Reid. If Wilson wins, he's the champion. If Reid wins, they go to a final between the two of them again. But that last one, they're trying to cut across very quickly at the end. Whether they picked up or whether it just was slow anyway, but that's 2 shots for Lisa Farnell, and the 4th game in the bag, and we come back tomorrow morning to do it all over again. So it's goodbye for me for the moment, and speak to you tomorrow.